Hello everyone and welcome back to another ladder match between myself, the blue Protoss in the top right, and Grizz, the red Zerg in the bottom left on blistering sands. A couple things about this map. Small choke at the front. Nice area for a natural, pretty well protected. Small choke again. You do have these backdoor rocks, and it's a pretty good map for Protoss and Zerg. Pretty good to take a second, kind of tough to take a natural. Always saying good luck, have fun. And guys, if someone says good luck, have fun, don't say thanks. It feels like you're a douche if you say thanks. Now I know that if you guys see this and then see me on the ladder, first thing you're gonna do is say thanks, because you want to make me angry. And that's fine, totally fine. Sorry about the cough, I've been sick all week. So I haven't really uploaded as much as I wanted. Gonna be scouting. This Overlord kind of hung out here for a while. I would have liked to, have him cruise over here. It's kind of safe. You can see any hidden tech maybe. And what do I see when I scout? I see a 6-pool coming up. And so luckily I threw my pylon at the front. Going into this game, my plan was to get a 3-gate robo. So I went ahead and got a early assimilator, and even forgot that there was a 6-pool apparently, and later on I'll throw some guys on gas, and I really have no idea why. Another mistake I'm making is I threw a gateway down first, and I should have gotten a forge, then the gateway. That would have gotten, look, that was a pretty long time before I could get this forge up. The gateway's halfway done. I should have gotten the forge up first. It would have completed half, much earlier, maybe 15-20 seconds earlier, gotten some cannons up earlier. I also pulled 2 probes offline. I really have no idea why I did that. Already the zerglings are here. My scouting probe is going to continue. It's actually going to go back. I wanted to bring them back to see when the zerglings arrive, just to make sure they weren't at my back. I'm going to throw up a pylon in the back just to make sure I can see anything poking at my back door. That's what she said. So my probe, run away probe before you die. And these zerglings are going to begin to poke at my front door and hopefully not do that much damage. Another mistake I make, get a zealot. Why would I do that? I have him rallied to the front, but obviously there's no way for him to get out because it's blocked, so he's going to pop out in the back. I should have cancelled him, gotten a couple cannons up. See, look, barely now. Halfway into the HP of my gateway and my forge, a cannon goes up. I could have gotten it out earlier, maybe had it completed by now, and gotten out a second one. My probe is going to throw down a pylon at the front. I'll explain that in a little bit after this stuff goes down. So my front door goes down, and mistake he makes, number 1. I've already had like 4, so mistake he makes, number 1, is he went after my zealot, so he lost 2 zerglings in the exchange. So by the time he gets to my probe line, which is where you really want to go if you bust in, you only have 2 zerglings, which isn't enough to do a lot of damage. Even though I pulled some probes off the line, I'm always keeping some mining. And once I know I can get a surround, go ahead and try to kill off the zerglings as quickly as possible, and then reestablish my front door. At the same time, he has 4 more zerglings. And I threw down this pylon because I knew that if I didn't do something, he would just continue to put pressure, and I would eventually collapse because he would continue to mess with my economy, and I would have so much money invested in front doors that were broken that it wouldn't matter anymore. I'd just have to GG. So I wanted him to get distracted and kind of like have something to chew on for a while to leave me alone. And notice he starts moving out, and then he realizes, oh wait, there is a pylon right here, so he's probably seen it by now. Yeah, he's seen it just now. And so he's going to pull back and deal with that. My scouting workers scouting again to make sure there's no roach warren going down. I do see the gas, but don't know what to think of that quite yet. I'm going to throw down a proxy pylon because it's always wise. I think I throw it down a little bit later actually, but it's always wise to have a proxy pylon somewhere, and always wise to have a scouting worker. Gonna get out my cybernetic score, finishing off my wall again, making the same mistake. always, if someone's going for zerglings and mass 6 pool, get this out first. Yes, you want your wall off. Yes, you want stalkers and zealots, but you really want is the cannons behind your wall to protect you. That can protect against infinity zerglings breaking in. So let's look at the production tab. Baneling's nest on the way, so he's gonna try to baling bust. I guess this pylon is a good target. I mean, yeah, that's obviously a good target for a baling bust. And yeah, lots of zerglings on the field. Harvester tab. 15 to 18. So even though he came in and attacked, I have more harvesters than him because he's been using his larva to get zerglings. His queen came out. Doesn't really inject larva on time. As you can see, he's already at 60 energy. So this queen pooped out and hasn't injected any larva. Look, only one larva. So come on, queen. Any day now, inject some larva, please. Don't make me angry. And looks like he's gonna go ahead. Yeah, he's creating 2 zerglings. Probably the front, bust the front. That's good. And he's taking out this to get the gold. I mean, at this point, he has total map control, as you can see. My map control is basically just my base and yeah, proxy pylon and my scouting probe. Notice my hotkey setup, my scouting probe onto. I usually do that and later swap it out to like 6 when I get some tech. And yeah, like a robo bay would go there, or a Stargate. I mean a robotics facility or a Stargate. Notice I do get a Stargate because I know not only do I want to survive a 6 pool, but what I also want to do is attack. Because you can't win a game by surviving. You need to win a game by defeating your opponent. So he's going to go ahead and get his expansion a little bit late. A lot of Banelings apparently. Good God, man. And my Stargate, I'm going to pump out some Void Rays and try to... Yeah, I know he's going 6 pool. I know he's not that techie right now. He's not teching up to anything fierce. Let's go ahead and try to put some pressure back on my opponent. And at the same time, I'm going to move this worker out and start scouting again. Because it's always key to scout. If I hadn't scouted that 6 pool at the beginning, I would have done what I usually do. Even though I came out here to put this pylon here, I had a hunch, because he said thanks and he did something very douchey. I had a hunch that he was going to go for something very cheesy. Yeah, so he's going to, I guess, try to baling bust my back door. Oh, just kidding, baling bust the front door. I am getting the +1 upgrade on attack on the air weapons at the cybernetics core. It's always good, and always get out warp gates, because one, it scares your opponent. He sees a warp gate, and he's gonna, a smart opponent would say, there's probably a proxy pylon somewhere. Let me find it so he doesn't warp in something crazy, because he can't get in, he can't scout. Sent in 1 zergling just to check how protected the front door is. And he has his overlord right here, but the overlord's not really moving into scout. So he hasn't really seen the Stargate, I don't think. No, he hasn't. And I guess he's going to go in any second now. Go in. Maybe he's waiting for the centrifugal hooks. Oh, no, he's moving in. Okay, so he's going to move in. And what we're going to see here is, yeah, so he took it out. He could have, okay. So these guys could move in now if they want. Or become Banelings, whatever. I think smarter thing to have done would have been to just zoom past the Stalker and the cannons and come back here and just take this out. Maybe getting Banelings is smart, because you can still zoom past, especially with the centrifugal hooks, and take out the probes. You always want to just take out the probes. So many zerglings on production. Yeah, so hopefully he'll do that. Okay, he can get in, but he's choosing to attack my front door. This is mistake, big mistake number 2. You're in, buddy. Go for things that matter. A cannon I can rebuild, I don't care. It's there for protection. It's there to eventually die if it needs to, for protection. Basically my whole front wall is there for that, because I don't need a gateway for what I'm going for at the moment. And yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and move out with my Void Race, because I know my front door is exposed. I need to make him cringe a little bit, get a little bit afraid. He's going for a Spire, so that's always smart. He teched up to layer, that's pretty smart. And notice these zerglings are just wasting time. They could have been killing probes, could have been scouting. Here's another goal of mine at the moment. Yes, I am harassing with these void rays and I am able to take out the gold. But I knew that if he got out a spire or queens or anything, he could pretty easily defend against that, because I don't want to risk losing all my void rays. I could use them better for defense than to just throw them away. So my plan was to completely change topic, use my citadel and take out a dark shrine. So that should be going up pretty soon. I need a gateway, of course. And at the same time, I know he's a little bit distracted. Barely now sending out a scouting overlord for no reason, I guess. Yes, he's taking these guys out, and the reason I left them mining was because if you tried to run away, they'll become aggressive. They'll be considered aggressive, and the AI will turn the zerglings on the probes. So I'd rather get some more mining out of them. They're not going to be able to run away from speedruns. So get mining out of them and stock up money. And essentially take out his main while I rebuild mine. And the way I'm planning on defending this is to wall off as much as I can and hold the enemy back while I get out Dark Templar. And if I am able to take out most of his buildings, which he is building Mutalisk at the moment, I don't know how much damage he'll do. Not much, because my Void Rays are fully charged and +1. So they do 7 damage versus armored, I guess fully charged. I have no idea how that works. And my Dark Shrine, basically, if I am able to take out his base, and we do a base swap, if he has enough money, this is my idea, then what I would do is he would essentially be left with absolutely nothing and have to rebuild a spawning pool, rebuild his lair, and finally get out overseers or spore crawlers using an evolution chamber. And in the meantime, one Dark Templar would end the game, because it would take him so long to get there when the Dark Templar is just chomping away at everything you have. And he made a lot of mistakes. He, instead of going for precious things like Cybercore or mostly the probes, every time he popped into my base, he just stayed right here. He should have just run up here and totally went for my probes. Always go for the probes. Always. You may think it's not as much money lost because it's only 50 per probe, and if I kill, a gateway and a forge, that's 300 minerals. I'd have to kill, 15 probes for them, yeah, that's true, but what you're killing is you're killing my mining time, you're killing my income rate, you're killing things that in the long run hurt me a lot more than losing a gateway or a forge. Notice I already had one up here, a cannon for a little bit of protection. A nice, I like doing this if I am caught in a bad situation. Build up against the wall, because zerglings require a surround. It's tough to get a surround on a gateway when it's protected by a mineral patch. In a simulator, the back wall, the dark shrine, this, and going for the pylon is impossible because they can't slip in there. So, what I could have done better was in the front when I saw it, built the forge first. I would have been fine from the start. I would have had 2 cannons up at a time. The zerglings got there and had minimal losses. What he could have done better is the minute he entered my base, jet back there and just destroy everything in terms of probes. Notice, halfway into the game, he's done a lot of harassment, a lot of hurting, but at the end of the day, income tab. Yes, he's ahead a little bit now, and if we skip ahead a little bit, loading, I guess. Yeah, by this point, since he didn't do a lot of harass at the beginning, a lot of effective harass here, even though he took out my tech, I'm able to retech much quicker because I have more harvesters. And notice that by the time he starts breaking in, so let's find that moment, it's going to be around here somewhere, correct? Yes, right here. Notice 27 to 28, so now because he has this base, his probe count is going to be pretty high, but suddenly his income tab is going to start plummeting because he's going to lose most of his probes. He's going to have to transfer back, loses a hatchery, loses 1 production facility, and at the same time I'm still production. I'm still been building void rays and getting my forge back here again so I can rebuild cannons. You know, always think long term. And I'm just gonna end the game right here. Never just think how can I not lose, but always think how can I defend against this, but also put pressure back on my opponent. And void rays would have been good. Warp prism harass would have been good. I think warp prism harass would have been a little bit less effective because speedlings and speed banelings can move around really quickly, especially if there's good creep spread. He wasn't very good at that though. So getting out of warp prism maybe not the best. I think void rays was probably the good choice. Maybe even skipping the void rays and going straight for Dark Templar. Although I was so pressed for gas and money that I really didn't see that possible. Anyway, thank you all for watching. That did bring me up to rank 12 on my league. So not that bad. Yeah, not that bad. Hopefully I'll get up to rank. I wanna actually go up a league, but no matter what my rate is, it just I can't go up. I don't know what the problem is. I don't know how this works. I know there's like a bonus pool and like a secret way it works, and Blizzard's not telling. I have no idea. I don't really care. I just want to, go up to gold or platinum is my goal for the year. I would like to go to gold before the summer. So let's hope that happens. Watching Day 9 and doing all this just to get up to gold, and hopefully you can all learn with me as I'm learning. And if you're in the silver, bronze league, or even maybe in the gold league and you feel like you're not really up to par, we'll all go up together, and yeah, we'll see each other in the top leagues. Thank you all for watching.